Bam, you're one of the 5 finalists for the NBA Social Justice Award they named today because of your community work. How important is that for you to be visible, to be active, and also to have the forum to let other people take note of what needs to be done?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is giving people hope. Uh, that's what I really do it for, giving people encouragement, understanding that it can be brighter days. You never know how, something small can affect somebody's day. And that can go a long way. You hear about all the stories of NBA players saying one or two things to somebody and it changed their whole trajectory of their life. So for me, it's just giving people hope.
Obviously, you're an athlete, you like to win. But is it almost just as meaningful now just to be nominated so people can take notice, can mention your causes, that sort of people know what's going on? I mean, is this sort of a win unto itself?
Uh, I feel like it's a win for the people. Understanding that they also get, when they see me, they see us in a sense because I do so much community work. So it's not just my award if I win it. It's everybody that help in the community.
I want to get your thoughts on a couple other people. Obviously, family first. So Kevin is not here with you guys. There's more important things in life sometimes. But how much have you missed that encouraging and supportive voice in the locker room and on the bench?
I mean, he'll be around at some point, hopefully. Understanding that, he's dealing with something personal. But you can always ask for a guy who's a champion that's won. That's obviously won here in specific, and also just to hear his voice around. So we miss K Love, but at some point he might get back with us.
And then just feeling for someone. Obviously, Terry's out of the rotation, but he's still busting it. He was in an optional practice, playing hard, and all of a sudden here he is, crutches and a walking boot. Do you sort of feel for the guy for all he's gone through when he keeps pushing?
Yeah, but I have the utmost respect for Terry. He could have let go of the rope.
Mhm.
Like a lot of guys have done in this league. They let go of the rope because out of the rotation, whatever the case may be, and for him to keep fighting, keep having perseverance, and just keep stacking days to try and get better. You respect that in somebody, and he's the same Terry to me. If he's playing, if he's not playing, if he's hurt, if he's healthy.
And what does this uptick in physicality, meeting where Cleveland is, have to look and feel like tonight?
Uh, Balling there, balling forward. It's really that simple. I said it before. We handle balling there, ball on the floor. We're gonna be okay.
Spoke yesterday and talking to everybody, everyone seemed to echo what you're talking about in meeting Cleveland's physicality. What does it have to look and feel like throughout the game?
We know what it looks and feels like, and that's what it's got to be. It's got to jump off the screen. Everybody on the bench has to recognize it. We have all these habits, and understand Cleveland is going to, bring it too. So that's what competition is all about. You got to impose your will against a team that's trying to do the same. Who can grapple and force it more consistently and play well. There's some things that we have to do better. Um, as well, from just playing and some of the schemes.
Yeah, the extra day, Spo. How do you balance it from the on the court, the film, the rest, whatever it may be, and trying to stay mentally sharp for game two?
Well, you have plenty of time, for all the above. So we try to maximize it. Guys were able to get rest, treatment. That first day off, we watched, had a good film session. Yesterday, we were able to practice. It's no real rocket science to it.
Is it that point that there's not much left to be said? As you were talking to Jax, you guys got to identify early what was going on. So in that process,
Yeah, I guess when you have the extra day, there's a little bit too much talking about it. You understand what I'm saying.
A guy like Terry, obviously not in the rotation, but still pushing, still there with you. So you sort of feel for a guy like that he went out there, got on the court, worked on the optional practice, and then wound up getting injured.
1,000%. I really feel for Terry. You can see what kind of teammate he is, just how much everybody roots for him, staff and players alike. I love his vibe. I like how he's a team guy. And even when he hasn't been in the rotation, he's rooting for everybody. He's continued to work. He's always had that great work ethic and that edge. And it's a bummer that he got hurt basically on one of the last plays, of the scrimmage. But he heals fast, and we'll just treat him day to day.
Similarly, we know family first always, but how much different is it not having Kevin Love's voice around the locker room? That supportiveness.
Yeah, you, you know, we feel for him, you know, and you know what he's going through right now. So the thoughts are more about that, you know, being there for him, and you know, we all know, you know, how much he means to us in our locker room, but this transcends that.